So here we have parametric equations with y in terms of t, x in terms of t, but we don't have y in terms of x. And they're asking for the gradient. And the gradient is just the same as asking for dy by dx. But we can't find dy by dx because we don't have y and x in one equation. So we use the chain rule. Chain rule says that dy by dx can be found by taking dy by dt and dividing by dx by dt. So dy by dt we can find by differentiating this, and dx by dt we can find by differentiating that. So dy by dt is the derivative of sine. Derivative of sine is cosine, so that's 6 cosine t. And you divide by derivative of cosine, which is minus sine. Now, when you differentiate a trig function, you need to keep the bit between brackets so that 2t doesn't change. But you need to multiply by the derivative of 2t, which is 2. And you already have a 2 there, so you have 2 times 2, so that's 4. So the answer for dy by dx is 6 cosine t divided by minus 4 sine 2t. But what they asked for was the gradient, and they gave us a point t equals pi over 3. So we need to replace t with pi over 3. And if you put that in your calculator, making sure your calculator is in radians, you get minus root 3 over 2. So this is the value of the gradient at the point where t equals pi over 3. So it's the gradient of the curve at a particular point. All right, so that's part A. Part B asks for the range of f of t. Now the range means all possible values for y. The range, because f of x or f of x is y, so y. That's what they're asking for. So what's the minimum value for y and what's the maximum value for y? That's going to be your range. So if you look at y is 6 sine t. And t is between 0 and pi over 2. So the smallest value for t will be 0, and the highest value for t will be pi over 2. So you can say the smallest value for y is 6 sine 0, which is 0. The biggest value for y is 6 sine pi over 2, which is 6. And then you can say, therefore, f of x is element of R, f of x is between 0 and 6. So this is our minimum value, and this is our maximum value, and this is called the range of all possible values of f of x. Okay?